Back, everyone. Welcome back to another year, another edition here of the SC2's Safe House, the Safe House number 2, day 1 group stage. I'm of course VIP with you and joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all. It has been a year since the last SC2 Safe House, and once again we've returned as the B stream. If you're in the chat, of course, !B. to have a look at the back of yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we have a full round robin group stage. We're going to be featuring so many players, featuring the best of Latino America and North America, featuring Astrea, Trigger, Dolan, Cham, Master, Special, Eggs, and Foxer. Oh boy, we have 7 players. We have 7 players in total, and of course we are jumping into our first best of 3 PvZ between Astrea and Eggs. Let's go. Let's go. Bearing in mind that these are going to be best of 3s, not best of 5s or anything of that nature. So these are going to be ideally full matches. Let's go. Let us go. So jumping into game 1. Game 1 is going to be on ley lines, and spawning in the right hand corner of ley lines, we have the pink Protoss player. The pink Protoss himself. It is Astrea. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner. Un momento. One moment. Bam, there we go. In the left hand corner we have the blue Zerg player from the land of Colombia. It is Eggs. El huevito, papi. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Place your bets in the chat, as there are 4 streams going on. We have the main stream, we have the B stream, C stream, and D stream. We, of course, are going to be the B stream here. As a result, we were able to get second dibs on the first round matches. Shout out to, of course, the main event that's going to be going on. For those that are curious, all right, sorry. Winding it back a little bit here. So the SC2's Safe House is a big event that's going to be happening in the Americas. The casters and the mainstream are actually renting an Airbnb, and they're all filing in. We have State, we have the Zerg Girl, we have Zombergub, we have Ravi, Fear Dragon, we have Chicken Man, Steadfast, and I believe a couple of others as well. So again, a lot of the NA representation, NA talent has come together to bring you this 2-day event. Now the cast is happening offline in a sense, like they have booked, you know, the Airbnb, like they've set up the house. They're going to be doing some other things, like I believe they're going to be having like a poker session, and there's going to be like a podcast or like a talk show segment. They're going to be, you know, there's going to be like a spicy wing challenge and all this other stuff. So there's going to be a bunch of shenanigans going on, drinking as well, and all the good stuff. But the games themselves are online. Like they don't have players like flying over or anything like that. The event hasn't grown to that point, but maybe one day it will. This is the 2nd year of SC2's Safe House, and the goal is to grow it even further, to be able to turn this into something like a version of the Home Story Cup, of HSC. Home Story Cup has a long way to grow, but as we do have a bit of a pause here, has a long way to grow. But if you want to help grow the event, if you want to help make this event not just an annual event, but even bigger, and allow for players to even go and travel to the event as well, !Safe House in the chat, and you will be getting the link to the Matcherino page, so you can help fund, help support, help grow the tournament. I believe they have a bunch of stretch goals in the Matcherino page that they have been reaching, and there are more goals to come as well. So again, all supported via the Matcherino. Things at Patreon earlier, but by Matcherino. So far we're almost at 3K, almost at $3,000 supporting, and you can see here actually it's gonna be Zombergub, Fear Dragon, Steadfast, Chicken Man, Zergirl, and States. They have six people at the venue, 6 people at the event, and I believe they have a bunch of stretch goals as well. Pie in the face once again, god damn it. So they're gonna be pieing Fear Dragon in the face once again, I'm sure. But some of the other stretch goals that they have Bean Boozled Russian Roulette. I believe that's like the is that like the every favorite flavor bean thing where they eat like different flavored beans. Lovely. They have a trivia challenge. What else do they have? They have State joins the crew. I think he already has. What do you mean? But I guess that maybe helps pay for like the flight or something that State had, as State did, of course, fly from Korea. True. Yeah, there's a spicy wing challenge. A one-shot StarCraft themed D&D. That sounds like a lot of fun. But one of the goals is a D&D session. Let's go. Mario Party. Yeah, there's a lot of fun things. There's a lot of things that they've kind of set up to eventually hit. Which I'm sure they will. Oh. But hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully everything's okay with the players. Again, we're still just kind of getting into our first game of the series. We're going to be having 7 rounds of the round robin group stage, so we have plenty of matches ahead of us here. There's going to be a lot of StarCraft, and again, bearing in mind this is a 2-day event, we're only going to be casting day 1. Day 1 will be here is the group stage. Day 2 is the playoffs. That is going to be covered by the mainstream. I believe we will be gaining access to the replays, and we can cover day 1 afterwards via replays, but if you want to tune in live, of course that will be over on the mainstream tomorrow in 24 hours. Will be tomorrow. No. I can hope next year. Yeah, it's been now this is the second year in a row where we've had the SC2's safe house. 2 years running, might be 2 years. Hoping for more. It's one of those things where it's honestly pretty important to help it grow and foster like the NA scene in the NA region. It's something that Home Story Cup has over an event like this. Is a Home Story Cup that's been running for a very, very long time, since the beginning of StarCraft essentially. So SC2's safe house, they have some catching up to do, but you know, they're on the way. They're on the way, Pappy, on the way. And again, really big shout out to Zombergob, of course, for having the initiative to actually run the event and host the event and make it a reality as well. Much love, much love. Also, you can tune in to some of the other language streams as well. I believe, is TKL casting in French? Yes, TKL's casting in French. We have Enki, of course, casting in Spanish. I believe there might be some other language streams as well. I think Cosmos is going to hop in at some point, casting in Portuguese. No. Astrea's do I have the... There we go. Astrea's having fun with his emotes. It's communicating. As Eggs, of course, did have to... Eggs, something came up, and hopefully everything's okay on Eggs' side. Meanwhile, Astrea, he's communicating in emotes. Oh, no. He's telling us a story. Why not in the safe house? Oh, I live on the other side of the world. It's like thousands of dollars to get a return flight to the Americas. So, nah. Maybe one day? I don't know. Maybe one day. In like 3 or 4 years. When we grow enough to be able to afford such a thing. For now, though, I'm okay just casting from home. It's okay. Oh. Oh my god. Be careful, Eggs. Be careful. But apparently, Eggs, he has a pet cat, and oh.
Game resumed.
Almost leapt out the window. He saved the cat, But here we go. We are getting into, of course, game 1. So far, nothing too crazy here. We do have some standard openers. It is going to be a gate expand into Stargate out of Astrea. So Stargate opener out of our Protoss. Nothing crazy, nothing wild. Meanwhile, we do see Eggs going for a faster second gas. Oh, okay. I was a little confused. We'll supply blocked here, but it's going for a standard opener, just going for a hatch gas pull into his own 3rd expansion. So nothing crazy, nothing wild. We're just building up. Meanwhile, big shout out to iScar in the chat. iScar did actually resubscribe during the countdown timer, so thank you so much for the iScar subscribing for 39 months in a row. Speaking of another supporter, Yomers in the chat as well, subscribing for 2 months, in a row as well. Thank you so much, Yomers, for the support to iScar as well. Gracias. Para galera. Thank you so much. As it does shade in, will threaten the mineral line, does get 2 drone kills. Not a bad start here from Astrea. Does pull away, does shade out. So not a bad start at all. Second Adept has arrived. 2 Adept, second one-shot workers, bear that in mind. And we have the Oracle rallying out as well. So a lot of aggression on the way here from Astrea. A lot of potential, I should say, for aggression, for damage being done. Meanwhile, Eggs going for a faster Evo chamber into +1 melee. Now, something that I didn't really get to mention here, of course, Astrea, he is one of the best players in all of the Americas. He's coming in as a heavy hitter. better. Meanwhile, eGGz, he has been taking a break. He has been taking a break from the game. He took a long hiatus. A big reason for this is because Latin American tournaments did dry up, unfortunately. They used to be a little more common, a little more frequent. They used to, I mean, the Latin American scene used to thrive a lot harder. Nowadays, again, there's only a handful of tournaments for Latino America. So eGGz has taken some time off. I've recently started streaming again to get back into shape, and I don't really know the current form of eGGz. Definitely coming in as the underdog, but we'll see how he can compare to some of these other top players here in the group. I want to believe. So far, 4 drones have fallen, so again, a really nice start here for Astrea. Lings, they do punish at least 1 adept. Adepts are cleaned up. The Oracle goes back in, gets 3 more drones, and we have another Oracle in towards the main base. There is a Spore in position, but no Queen. And no Queen, just a Spore. So more damage can be done. Speaking of. Getting one, getting... Ooh, just one more. Just one more drone. One more drone falls. It is going to be +1 melee, as I did mention. Melee is the go-to if you go for an early Evo chamber. The goal here should be to skip the Roach Warren and to go straight Ling Hydra, but in the recent patch, because of the buff to the Baneling, we have seen a lot more Ling Bane Hydra instead of just purely Ling Hydra instead. So we could see eGGz kind of commit a little bit harder here on a 3-base setup. We'll see. We'll see if he does take his gases. We'll see how he techs. We'll see if he does go for Banelings or not. As gases are now being taken. Now that he is saturated on his 3 bases. So 3-base saturation. Meanwhile, across the map, it is going to be a standard follow-up here out of Astrea. Going into Blink at +1, headed towards Storm. Oh boy. So nothing crazy. So far, everything's looking pretty standard. This matchup hasn't really changed too much in the new patch. I would say that in the new patch, Protoss is a little bit stronger just because they have a stronger zoning tool, and their end goal should just be to play more defensive. Ooh, as one Oracle does get picked off. One Oracle does go down. But in general, Astrea, his go-to should be to turtle up and get a 4th base and work towards Sky Toss. We'll see if he's more aggressive than that. Right now, we're waiting to see if he goes for a Gateway Explosion. Speaking of, there it is. Does throw down the wall of gateways. We have 5 more gates on the way. And from here, Astrea should expand. Meanwhile, it looks like eGGz is opting not to go for the Baneliness. Yep, he's going pure Ling Hydra, so this is a more quote-unquote old school or previous patch style. He's not touching Banelings, not yet. Now, eGGz has a choice to make as Astrea is expanding. So Astrea is taking his 4th base, and as we mentioned, like Astrea, he's most likely just going to turtle up on 4 bases, get into Storm, get into Archons, Immortals, and build up and max out. From the side of eGGz, he has to make a decision. Does he all in? Does he cut workers here and now at 3-base saturation, and does he try to break Astrea, or do we drone up further, up to 80+ workers, and tech up into Lurkers, and into Hive Tech? So what's it going to be? So far, we are lacking workers. Hydras are on the way. We are getting a Baneliness as well. So currently, Ling Bane Hydra is a combination of choice. At the same time, Ling Rumbai is attempted. Lings are dealt with. Lings, they do try to get on top of the soldiers as well. So far, nice kiting. Oracle is in position, and Astrea defense. Astrea, he defends nicely. Meanwhile, we have 7 more drones on the way, so eGGz, it looks like he is going to saturate his own 4th. I will say this is a little bit late. Late saturation. A lot of Lings are being thrown away as well. And eGGz is in a rough position. The problem here is that, okay, if eGGz is going to drone up his 4th, we're the Lurkers, right? Like, if we're droning, if we're getting into a longer game, then we will need Lurkers to survive this. Baneling speed, it's not even halfway done. We're building up Ling Bane, but here comes Astrea, here comes Storm. Wait, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry, he skipped Storm. Okay. No Storm whatsoever. We're going in with slow lots? Yeah, slow lots are whirling in, Archons as well. I mean, this is a brutal timing because, again, eGGz is not ready for this. Banelings, they will crash in. Decent connections. Charge is just about to finish up. And Astrea, he's done it. Astrea, he has done it. He has broken eGGz. There's no Ling Bane, there's no Hydras. I should say there's barely any Hydras. And with that Astrea, he will break through. Again, this was an earlier push, an earlier timing, pre-Storm, as Storm was never researched. And alas, eGGz Wasn't quite ready for this. I say that Ling reinforcements are going to be enough to force a recall. Okay. They try to be, I should say. But all this, 18 drones went down. He will lose the mineral line. eGGz, he does survive. He survives, so he takes critical damage. And Astrea, he may just try to keep pushing. It's going to be 19 more dead drones. Astrea, he falls back, and now would be the time to research Storm. Now would be the time. But overall, I mean, Astrea, he's still in a committing position. Like, I'm talking about him, like, taking up and researching, but the reality is he doesn't need to. Like, the reality is, like, he can just commit again. With enough Bailings, eGGz, he can hold. Good try. They drop in. Brutal damage. They trade well against the Bailings. They get 10 more drones. So warp in here in towards the natural base. Main army into the 4th. And eGGz just cannot keep up. He cannot keep up with this. Does go for a massive Ling run by though. Lings, they get into the bases. Astrea pulls away. GG. GG gets called. There's just too much to handle. And Astrea, he will take game number 1. He'll take a lead in the series. GG. Astrea takes the lead, and again, eGGz, he just had a really brutal start. He had, I would say, a shaky mid game, very shaky. He lost a lot of drones. He lost a lot of workers in the mid game, and that led into a shaky kind of mid to late game where he was stuck trying to get into Bailing speed, trying to drone up his 4th base, trying to take up into Ling Bane Hydra, but he was caught mid transition because of all the earlier losses, and yeah, just a bit of a shaky game there from eGGz. GG. GG well played. Again, Astrea, he also went for a bit of an earlier move out than we're used to, just because he did skip his Storm. He went into, I mean, he even pushed with slow lots, if you remember. A charge finished up in the middle of the fight. Like, that's how kind of early the push was. And eGGz didn't see it coming. Didn't quite see it coming. And here we go. Now we're getting into game number 2. And we'll see where our players do take us. We'll see if eGGz can bring it back. As game 2 is going to be on Persephone. Also, I'll try to fix up my account. Okay, we're good. We're good to go. Catching up with chat. Pleasure's always. Ice the ice guy. Also, for those that are curious, this for today's broadcast, no bunny cam, as they're in bed at the moment. I don't want to bother them. It is quite late here in Australia. It is almost 5 a.m. in the morning. It's 5 a.m. At our regular scheduled broadcasting times, I should be able to show them off. For now, though, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the pink Protoss player, the pink Protoss, the American Protoss. It is Astrea. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Colombian Zerg player, the blue Zerg. It is eGGz. El huevito. Here we go. Settling into game number 2, and once again the pressure is going to be on eGGz to tighten up his play and to get into the mid game. Once again, like eGGz, unfortunately his early to mid game was very shaky. Astrea was able to deal a lot of damage in the lead up to it. It also felt like eGGz was a little bit indecisive as well. I did mention that like he had a choice to make when he was getting his 4th. Like, does he drone, does he all in? And he delayed his drones but still droned regardless, right? He went for delayed droning, he went for a committed Ling aggression. The Lings didn't really get any damage done, which means he fell behind because he could have been droning that entire time. So late drones, late tech, like goes out. It's messy, man, messy. Again, we'll see if we can recover. Hopefully El Gato's okay. El Gatito. Por favor. As Astrea is just being as annoying as possible. Is actually forcing some lost mining time as well. Okay. Oh no! Ah! You can see the drones bouncing around. Oh god. So yeah, finally the drone gets sent out to attack. But there was some inefficient mining there for eggs. Not the biggest of deals, but it's something that did occur. For those that are curious how that works, basically in StarCraft, only 2 workers can ever mine from the mineral patch. And that's just blanket across the board, which means if your opponent's worker goes in and starts to mine a patch, then your own worker that's meant to be there gets bounced away, right? Because they can no longer mine from that patch, as there's technically another worker mining. So Astrea is just being as annoying as possible, going back and forth between the patches and bouncing a bunch of workers around. As we have Astrea going for a Stargate. So once again, Stargate opener out of our Protoss. Meanwhile, that is a fast lair. We stated. Okay, stated in gas. We have an insanely fast lair here out of eggs, going Ling speed into fast lair. This feels like a Ling Queen Nidus all in. It's either going to be Nidus all in or it's going to be Dropper Lords. So it's going to be one or the other. I'm assuming Nidus just because, I mean, Dropper Lords are kind of in position. Oh, are we okay? No, huevito! Eggs! I was gonna say the cat bit the but he bit the cable, man. Yo, no. Not like this. El gatito. Hopefully everything's okay. We weren't getting any, like, lag issues earlier or anything like that, but, yeah, it's, you know, LATAM internet. It happens, it happens. Not like this. El gatito. No. Not like this. But we can always resume. We can always resume, and it'll be pretty important as well, right? Because this is a really important moment for eggs, because he's going for an all-in, right? He's going for the all-in, and so far, I believe it's unscouted. I believe Astrea has yet to confirm the lair. Sip ship. Greetings from Germany. Greetings. Dankeschön. Buenos dias. Hope you've been having a great day, great evening. I believe it's getting a little bit later over in Europa. Ay, papi. We're having fun. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we do have a lag out, so we are going to be resuming from replay, of course. Thankfully, it doesn't look like the pause itself or the disconnect itself really impacted like any kind of interaction. Like there was no like major engagement or clash going on. Ay. But yeah, looks like we're going to be waiting for eGGz to return. And hopefully he does return. I mean, technically, like, there could be... I was talking about internets, of course, but we could be seeing, for example, like, the power went out, like, in the complex building. Like, sometimes that does happen. True. Whether it's power-related, electricity-related, internet-related. So hopefully everything's okay. Otherwise, I guess we're going to be going on a short break. I know. As the other thing we can do, I guess, in the interim is we can have a look at the bracket. True. Have a look at the bracket together here. So exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the back yourselves. The group stage is round robin, so everyone plays against everyone, and there's a lot of matches. There's a lot of matches going on here. We have Astrea, Trigger, Dolan, Cham, Master, Special, eGGz, and Foxer. Oh boy, that's a lot of players facing off, and I believe currently, I think the first round is still underway. I think they're still ongoing. At least currently. Cham is playing against Dolan. We have Trigger versus Master, eGGz versus Astrea, and Special versus Foxer. Of course, the mainstream, they have their series that they're going to be covering. We have ours. So hopefully everything's okay. Looks like eGGz is back. Let's go. He's back. El Huevito. He has returned. Not sure where he is, but we're having massive thunderstorms here in the Midwest. eGGz is in Colombia. He's in Colombia. I don't think it's related, but in Colombia. Oh, sorry. Technically, I say he's in Colombia. I believe he's still living in Chile. He's from Colombia, but he went to Chile for studies. I don't know if he finished his studies or not. So he might still be in Chile. But that's why back in the day, if you remember, for a bunch of Chilean tournaments, eGGz was allowed to compete in them because he was living in Chile at the time. But here we go. We're going to be loading back into game number 2. Again, we have eGGz. He has returned to us. We also have a bunch of the other casters joining us as well, as it looks like the other first round match has concluded, and we should be able to get back into Persephone. As a reminder, the openers were relatively standard, but eGGz, he was continuing to mine gas, and as a result, that is leading into... That's what's happening? What? What? Oh no. Astrea didn't resume properly. Oh no. Oh god. Okay. God. Alright, we're back. We're good to go. Lair. Sorry, Lair's on the way. Quickly checking here. Astrea, he has yet to confirm. So this is what's important. So again, Eggs, he stayed in gas. He's going into a fast Lair. In my mind, this is going to be a Link Queen Nidus all in. That's why we were paying attention to the Overlords. We have an Overlord here on the right-hand side. We have an Overlord going in towards the left-hand side as well. So Overlords are getting in position, and we are getting ready for the Nidus. I'm assuming Nidus just because, I mean, technically this could be Dropperlords. We could morph in Dropperlords as well. It's going to be one or the other. As you can see, the Overlord intentionally moving towards the edge. And Astrea has yet to confirm. Astrea, he's yet to confirm. Lings are moving out. Baneling Nest? Oh, okay. Okay, so it is Dropperlord. So it's going to be a Dropperlord all in instead. With a Baneling Nest follow-up. Interesting. Oracle spending its energy. Energy is being spent. Lings, they do try to bust in. Nice re-wall there from Astrea. Very nice wall off. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. Link's going to be zoned away at the same time, drop into the main, but Adepts are in position, so is another Oracle, then Astrea, he reads us well. Yeah, he reads us well, he shuts us down. Lings, they do get one Adept. They can maybe slip into the natural. Nah, not quite. Yeah, they don't quite slip in. We have Banelings morphing into the main, okay. Banelings are morphing in. Can Eggs get damage done? He's waddling. He's waddling down into the natural. Eggs does pull the boys. Ooh, going for the pylon. Okay, bust in. No shot. XTP breaks through. Breaks through the wall. Heads into the mineral lines. And the Oracles, where are they? The Oracles have to rotate back around. Yeah, out of position. Oh, we have the one Baneling. The Baneling. Get in there. We connect. Probes are going down. Eggs, he's breaking through. Getting damage done. 23, 24 probe kills. And is this enough? Is this becoming enough damage here? Oh, the micro. He picks up, he drops again. And I mean, hey, this is becoming critical damage here. 31 probes. 33. Again, it was a messy defense here from Astrea. I mean, initially he was defending well, but he did not react to the Banelings. Did not shut them down. And actually just continues with the all-in. The all-in continues. Let's go. Kills the gateway. Sorry, the gateway does survive, but he should be able to focus it down. As the gateway is very low. Banelings, they crash in. They break through. They break through, they get on top of the sentry. Oracles are out of energy. I mean, technically, this is the nerf that's coming into play. Remember, the NG overcharge was nerfed by 50%, which means the Oracles, they've had less energy this game to defend compared to, say, a month ago. So less energy, less effectiveness. And GG. GG. Eggs ties up the series 1-1. Let's go. GG, well played. For those who are unaware, in the latest patch, of course, NG overcharge was nerfed, was reduced, and instead of giving 100 energy, it does give 50. So it does give less energy than it once did. As a result, things like NG overcharging Oracles, they do provide less energy than they used to. So defensive Oracles, or just in general, like, it is weaker, so you have less energy to work with, and with that GG. With that GG, well played. The Oracles, they ran out of energy, and Astrea, he could not pull off that defense. Now, to be fair, he could have pulled off the defense. He could have made this work, of course, if only he was able to shut down those initial Banelings, right? The Banelings, they were able to morph in, and it was thanks to the Banelings that Eggs was able to break through that natural. Without them, it would have been a different game, different setup. But regardless, here we go. We're getting into game number 3. Oh, yo, we got the Eggs in the chat. Let's go. El huevito. So we are getting into game number 3. Jumping into game 3. Jumping into the ace match. And here we're going to be loading into a much larger map in the map pool. We'll see if Eggs goes for another all-in, if he plays out a standard game. I do favor Astrea in a more standard setup here, but we'll see. We'll see how aggressive Eggs is going to be. Let's go. As we are getting into the ace matches, we're getting into game 3 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Magnatha, we have the American Protoss player. We have the pink Protoss. It is Astrea. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Colombian Zerg player. We have the red Zerg. It is eGGz. El huevito. Here we go. So we're getting into the ace match here. And again, eGGz, he was able to pull off the all-in. He was able to get the Banelings morphed into the main base and be able to make use of them to break down that front door. And with that, he just snowballed out of control. He crippled the economy. Astrea, he could not defend. He had oracles, yes, but they couldn't do anything. He was out of energy. Couldn't do anything. GG. And with that, we now found ourselves in the ace match. And we'll keep an eye on eGGz. We could be seeing something a little bit different. Like, I'm leaning towards a 3-base all-in for sure. 3-base all-in, Nidus play, also going to be viable. German Taxi, true, is also an option. Show us what you got. So we have our hatch gas pull, standard opener out of eGGz. So far, everything's looking normal. We should be seeing a Stargate out of Astrea. He is one to mix things up as well. Like, Astrea, he's not the most standard of players. I will say he thrives in the late game. He has some of the best late game in the world when it comes to PvZ and PvT, and even PvP as well. But he doesn't always work to get there. That's not always his goal. Oh, that's right. Beautiful. Ah, the counter spray. eGGz, he just wants love, baby. Less than 3. Speaking of, yep, there it is, Twilight Council. So, we did mention how Astrea, he's not the most standard of players. He can be quirky in his own way, and he's going for a Twilight Council back at home, hyper-aggression. We're leaning more towards Glaive Adepts here. We'll see if he does pull out. If he pulls out a gas, then we could see Glaives. If he stays in, then we could be seeing a Dark Shrine instead. As you can see, he does pull one out. Here comes the second, and this is looking like 4-gate Glaive Adepts. As you can see here, we have 2 and 2. So only 4 workers mining gas. That is indicative of Glaives. The Overlord pokes in. The Overlord confirms that there's some weird tech going on. Gets eyes for the Twilight Council. The gateways. Let's confirm. There you go. Glaives have begun. True. Ah, no. 4 gates in the chat and in game. Oh no. As you can see here, there we go. We have 4 gateways in total. Technically, Astrea could pull back in a gas. If he pulls back in, then you can afford up to 6 gateways. But with only 4 mining gas, then 4 is the way to go. And from here, you can expand. This is not an all-in. I should emphasize that as well. This is not an all-in. It is designed to get damage done. It is designed to cripple, but you can expand behind it. Just a very aggressive build. Back at home, eGGz needs to work on some city. Got the Roach Warren. We are stopping at 29 drones. This is a very low drone count that we're staying at. Oh. Yeah, eGGz, after this defense, assuming he doesn't take many losses, like, he's going to be in a brutal position. He might just have to respond with an all-in. With a counter all-in, I mean. Again, we're on 29 workers. That's not a lot of workers. Depths have arrived. Glaives is almost done. And again, the goal for Egg should be to just shut this down hard and then counterattack immediately. There's no economy behind this. Like, we are stopping on a very low drone count. The Upstage try to go into the Ravager. They shade into the main. Yeah, shade is complete. They get into the mineral line. Drones do pull away in time. Lings, they don't quite get this around. Yeah, better engage for Astrea. Ooh, Lings are being thrown away. Shade's back. Yeah, Shade's back. Some adepts do get caught. Remember, behind this, Astrea is expanding. It's getting a third. And Astrea is being cleaned up. Yeah, it doesn't get many worker kills, but Eggs doesn't really have many here. That's the problem. Like, Astrea, he kills what? He kills 2 drones. But Eggs, he's down to 30 workers, and he's re-droning. Oh, God. So Eggs is behind. Eggs is behind. He didn't lose many workers, but the trades were still brutal here, and Astrea is still in a better position. Prism gets thrown away. Oh, no! The Prism does get away. That shouldn't have happened. Prism pulls out. Lings, they have to deny the third. They have to do something. Oh, they won't get it. Yeah, they will not get it. Too little, too late. The third is getting up. Astrea still maintains a greater economy. Astrea taking into Immortals, and we'll see where Eggs takes us from here. So far, it's still redroning, taking gases, getting into Ling Bane Roach Ravager. It's going to be a tough road to recovery here for Eggs. It's not going to be easy, especially considering that Astrea, he's not stopping. Jesus, he's already moving out. He wants those Ravagers. Gets 1, gets 2. 2 Ravagers and the Queen. Brutal pickups. Kite's back. He's still trading well, and Eggs, he's just trading water here. Astrea could just keep pushing. We do come in for the surround. Oh, it doesn't quite surround though. Adepts, they do shade in. They could take over the ramp. Just kiting back. It kites back and it gets 10 workers. Adept aggression continues. Yeah, getting 14 drones. And again, Astrea's just been very comfortable since the beginning of the game. Link is finishing up. We have a massive gateway explosion. Eggs still far behind economically. You can see here, Eggs, he has 47 drones to the 74 probes of Astrea. That is insane. Oh my god. Astrea has a booming economy. He's actually oversaturated. Like, that's how many probes he has. He has 25 probes here at his natural. And again, from here, he can have fun. Colossus on the way with the Bay. We could go into Disruptors if he so chose to. Do whatever he wants. And again, this all just came down to Eggs cutting workers too soon. He just cut workers far too soon. And it meant that even though he didn't lose many workers to the first wave of Glaive Adepts, he still fell behind. He still fell far behind. Banelings here waddle in. Eggs in position. Banelings they should not be able to break through. Yeah, it takes what, 11 Banelings to kill a Stalker? Like it's takes a lot to bring down the Stalker. Astrea here defends well. Likewise engaging, picking off the Banelings. Building up to 4 Immortals. And Premier just playing City. He's also on the water. GG gets called. Astrea snowballs out of control. And Astrea will take the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Oh. GG, well played. Congratulations here as Astrea does claim the series, does advance, or does claim the first win here, his first win in round 1. And now we're getting ready for round number 2. Again, eGGz, he had a really shaky defense, unfortunately, when it came to the initial round, when it came to the initial defense of the 4-gate glaives, just because he got workers at 29. He got workers so early at 29, so even though he didn't lose many workers, he just didn't have any to begin with anyway, and he just fell further and further behind as he was just down in economy, down in workers, and things just went from bad to worse there for eGGz. GG. GG, well played. With that, Astrea does claim the first win, and we'll see if he can keep that ball rolling, because up next we do have Astrea versus El Chamaco. The PvZs continue, as this time Chem is stepping into the ring. Chem, of course, I would say is the best Zerg player in all of Latino America, definitely up there alongside Eric. So Eric and Chem, they're top 2. Hard to say which one is better than the other, depending on the current era of StarCraft. To be fair, right now, Eric, he is on hiatus. He's on break, so Chem has taken that #1 spot, and we'll see how Chem compares to Astrea. Let's go. Let us go. So the PvZs do continue. For now, Vitas are underway. So we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the next series. When it comes to the other streams, I believe the main stream is going to be casting Special. I believe Special versus eGGz is going to be over on the main stream. And we have some other round 1 matches going on as well. It's going to be Astrea versus Dolan and Foxer versus Master. For now, though, we're going to be going on a break, and when we come back, we'll have our next series. See you soon. See you soon after the break.